What's going on, everyone? This is Coach Mason here. Today I'm going to show you why I like to use winning warm-ups in my own training and with all of my clients here at Anytime Fitness. It's essentially a way for you to work on all three capacities of getting bigger, stronger, and more fit in the same time-efficient warm-up. So I'm going to go through a winning warm-up for the upper body and I'll explain the whole process as I go. Let's do it!
Alright, so let's begin with some history of winning warm-ups and how they came to be. Matt Wenning, who's a legendary powerlifter and coach, created the winning warm-up system to initially boost his fitness level for powerlifting and allow him to hit bigger and bigger numbers in the total, which is the squat, bench press, and deadlift. If you haven't heard of Matt before, I highly recommend checking out some of his stuff because it's a gold mine of information for gym nerds like me and potentially you. But essentially, Matt designed the warm-up routine to do the obvious things like physically raise the body's temperature, increase electrical conductivity, and get the joints moving before a heavy session, but also to build work capacity, or general physical preparedness, accumulate volume for hypertrophy or muscle growth, and prime the nervous system for the heavy lift that you may be preparing for later in the session. Matt is also a huge proponent of longevity in training to reduce the mileage in the body's tissues. So with this warm-up system, we can get the best of both worlds when it comes to boosting performance in and out of the gym, as well as staying healthy and pain-free for as long as possible. The goal is to knock out 3 exercises for 4 rounds of 25 reps each in a time frame of only 12 to 14 minutes for this to be effective. What exercises do you choose? Let's get into that next. As you can see with this particular upper body warm-up, I'm starting with a lat pull down, but it can really be any lat exercise. The reason for this is that the lats are like a stabilizer for the shoulder blades and the weight during any pressing exercise. I like to use the brakes analogy for this. If you had a race car with some tremendous horsepower but combined with the brakes of a Nissan Sentra, the thing would not last very long on a serious track. Your lats are like the brakes for the upper body, so if you want healthy shoulders, you gotta throw them in there. Next, I'm moving on to the triceps, because a lot of times on pressing exercises, we tend to use their anterior deltoid muscles more than we should, and places a lot of stress on the AC joints, leading to unnecessary pain and later on, injuries. What we're doing here is programming our presses to be more tricep dominant, keeping our shoulders pain-free and helping our arms to gain some size. Finally, I'm doing a chaotic press here, which is basically a movement pattern recruitment exercise designed to fire up all the muscles involved in my main pressing exercise of the day. Matt likes to compare this to reading all of the answers to a test before the test is given, and since I'll be bench pressing later, this is perfect for me. Why a chaotic press? Well, this allows for a little bit more instability than a regular dumbbell or barbell press. Just something to apply a little bit of a different stimulus for my muscles and joints. And ideally, these exercises change slightly from session to session, providing slightly different angles for us and keeping our joints happy. I will be talking about alternative variations of these exercises in future videos, so stay tuned for those.
Now after all that, that's 4 sets, 25 reps each, 100 reps per movement. So now we're ready to get into our heavy work. Or if you're a little detrained, that might be all the work you have to do for the day. But in conclusion, that's a basic winning warm-up for the upper body. We will be going over alternative exercises to use in place of the ones that I did today. And also stay tuned for the lower body winning warm-up, which will be coming out next video. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you guys then. God bless.